Okay, I am a little late. Let's go to the first turn here. We have another gens. We have another pure Hackmons match here. We have Illusio and the Creator of Bullshit. Both extremely good Gen 7 pure Hackmons players. Looks like we have some interesting teams. Illusio looks like they brought some sort of stall matchup here. And Bullshit looks like they have. This also looks like a very defensive team, but you do have like Mega Gyarados, Ash Greninja, a very bulky, balanced team, I would say. Leading with Imposter and Chansey. Makes sense. It's a Mold Breaker Gyarados. So what I'm thinking this is going to be Mold Breaker support. Get rid of like Shed Shell, get rid of safety goggles, and then the rest of the team can you sort of clean up, have a lot easier time with that. We'll also get up spikes, not blocked by magic mounts. It's very good in this format. Itemless Gyarados. Or maybe it just has something like Darkium Z. It's probably more likely. Of course, Strength Sap being a good synergy with Mold Breaker here. It's not blocked by Magic Bounce. Out comes the Zygarde. Takes a big knockoff, no more Shed Shell. I don't think it's going to matter in this kind of matchup, though. Ooh, is this a Shadow Tag Zygarde? So I guess the synergy here is you have Mold Breaker knockoff to remove Shed Shells, and then you have Shadow Tag Zygarde with Perish Song to trap them. It's a clever bit of team building there. I like that. And of course, they go back to Gyarados here. I'm surprised they go to Gyarados and not something like Mega Audino or Muck to try to defog. Though I guess when they're playing against Stall, they do have lots of sort of. They don't really need momentum that badly, but getting these spikes off still, in my opinion, is probably a top priority. Because you're just taking 25% every single time. That's so much. Every time you switch in. Yeah. You see this Gyarados, you're just getting rid of so many items. Steelix item is gone. Chansey's item made it faint eventually. Zygarde's item is gone. Looks like they're switching out here, probably because of 1,000 waves. Yep. They don't want their Chansey to get trapped. It does have less PP. So we have a Taunt Ash Greninja, which isn't something you see every day. It's quite an interesting set. So Photon Geyser and Taunt. Oh, Spirit Shackle. So now this Zygarde is trapped. Oh, man. Zygarde has no attacking moves. It's forced to struggle. Out comes a Muck. Are we going to see a defog? Yeah, we finally are. It's a little unclear to me how Illusio is going to make progress here. They haven't really revealed anything. They have 1,000 waves which can trap something, but that's not super reliable. They have uh they have Spirit Shackle, knockoff Yveltal. That's good. But with two Wonder Guard users here and three potentially, um yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be that reliable. Spirit Shackle knockoff. Yeah, we're not sure. I'm not sure how Illusio is supposed to really win this. Spike stacking might work. We know Muck has defog, but there is more PP for spikes than there is for defog. So eventually, Illusio could, win the PP war effectively on that and try to win that way, but it will take a while. They are playing stall after all, so it only makes sense that they're going for a more long-term game plan. Not really sure what this Greninja can do. Pixie Plate Judgment is one thing it can do. Never mind. The taunt threw me off. I was thinking maybe it's not going to be the Pixie Plate set. But no, it looks like it's Photon Geyser, Pixie Plate Judgment, Taunt, and then something else. Maybe Shell Smash, maybe another coverage move. Yeah, that Zygarde takes about 40%, but it's not enough. The taunt stopping the recovery there is quite nice. Yeah, even with the critical hit there, it's just too weak. But we see this nice synergy here with the fast taunt. It's quite interesting, really. You're able to chip opponents a little bit, and then you can prevent them from recovering with taunt. It's a nice little set. Illusio chooses not to recover on the Swampert. Interesting. Alright, so I think Illusio has figured out that Meloetta is a solid switch in here. Does it have anything that it can do? Is it forced to struggle here? It has parting shot, so we know it doesn't have a U-turn. I know I said it's unclear how Illusio is going to make progress here, but it's also a little unclear how Bullshit is going to make progress. I mean, it seems their primary strategy revolved around Mold Breaker knockoff into Shadow Tag Zygarde Perish Song. But with that Zygarde gone, it's not really. They can't really do much. They can get up spikes, same as Illusio. They have this Mold Breaker Gyarados, which can be like kind of annoying with knockoff. This Yveltal doesn't have Taunt though, so this Gyarados is just free to switch out with Parting Shot whenever it likes. So Spirit Shackle doesn't really do much here other than get 8% damage on it. Yeah, this Ash Greninja is just not nearly strong enough to. It's a clever set, but it just doesn't really seem to have the stats in order to take out this team, take out anything on here. Meloetta is annoyed by Taunt, it's forced to struggle, but I mean, Illusio can. He can switch back and forth for a while. Of course, with these spikes up, that's a lot harder to do. Looks like Bullshit is trying to PP stall. Yeah, it looks like this Greninja does not have Shell Smash. If it did, I think we would have seen already, because it would have been very great in this match. Ah, Water Shuriken. So perhaps that was some preparation for a Primal Groudon set on Illusio. They were expecting Illusio to bring Primal Groudon, maybe. Yeah, without that Shell Smash, Greninja is quite weak. Taunt helps a lot. Oh, they have Spectral Thief on Meloetta. If Meloetta didn't have Spectral Thief, Illusio would just be forced to switch back and forth and take so much damage from spikes. But I think Illusio can effectively outstall the PP here. Now, Spectral Thief has way less than Taunt. Yeah, that Gyarados healing up back to full with unblockable Strength Sap. Bullshit letting their Greninja take a lot of chip from these spikes. It's already down 25%. If they switch in one more time with all these spikes up, they will be KO'd. And it seems like they're kind of relying on this Greninja in order to force any sort of progress here to varying success. Neither side really seems keen on removing spikes. I would say Bullshit probably wants to remove them more just for that Greninja. Illusio has this Swampert in the back. One situation we might be seeing here is that Swampert is the one with a defog. Meloetta could have it too. It's possible that Steelix could have it, though it's rare. So Meloetta or Swampert could have defog. If Swampert is the one with the defog, then Illusio is basically waiting or trying to get bullshit to defog for them so that their Swampert doesn't die. Yeah, bullshit switching out a lot here for whatever reason, letting their Mega Auto take a Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, just keep on clicking Parting Shot, taking a lot of damage. We're going to see a defog from this Audino. Who do you think has the advantage right now? I think we might be losing. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm really not sure. I will be transparent. I'm recording right now, so people see the video is posted. Just for transparency, of course. Yeah. Oh, Greninja is getting burned. Well, there's not going to be that many viewers. Yeah, this Greninja getting burnt is quite unfortunate. Looks like it maybe can get... yeah. Looks like Bullshit has the upper hand here, because now it is able to chip almost everything here very well with these the spikes chipping everything when they come in, taunt preventing recovery. They're racking up damage fast. I will say, I think Bullshit has the edge right now because of spikes plus taunt Greninja. Nope, they are offline. They just left. All right. Yeah. Looks like this Meloetta can heal now. Heal back all the way back up to full, so all that progress Bullshit made, gone in 2 turns. I don't fault them for not playing aggressive, though. With 3 layers of spikes up, it's very risky. Yeah. I think that if Bullshit can, pilot this effectively, pilot this Greninja effectively, I think they do have an edge in this matchup. Oh, very nice. Yveltal is going to be very good here. Now, what kind of moves does this Muck have? Oh! Illusio not scouting for knockoff. Meloetta faints. So if Bullshit can defog, they can get their Greninja in. And wow, it might be over. It might be over. Illusio doesn't have anything that can hit Greninja. And with taunt blocking recovery and Judgment doing a lot to Zygarde and Yveltal. Ooh. If they can get it in, there's a good chance they can just win immediately, I think. Looks like Taunt definitely was the right move to bring in this matchup. Shell Smash would have been nice too, but you take what you can get. It was probably nice of them to bring Water Shuriken from the Primal Groudon matchup anyway. They do look quite weak to it. Especially with Gyarados being a Mold Breaker. Shell Smash, Huge Power, Primal Groudon. Otherwise, looks like it would just completely steamroll this team. So maybe it was actually a little safer to bring Water Shuriken instead of Shell Smash, even if it would have helped more in this specific matchup. Yeah, we see Bullshit continuing to just not defog. I'm starting to question whether they have it. Well, they do have it. They have defog Muck in the back. They just want to bring it in front of this Zygarde. They're afraid of Thousand Waves. Looks like Illusio is keen on keeping their Zygarde in. They probably know that if they're able to defog, then Greninja would be very unkind to them. Yeah. I think this could have been a good chance to get Muck in. So it looks like Bullshit opted to stay in and click knockoff. Yeah, he's just refusing to go Muck here. I wonder what his thought process is. Maybe he sees something I don't. Because without hazards, Taunt can just shut down any form of recovery and then slowly chip things. And you do have this Mold Breaker Gyarados if you ever want to get spikes back up. Even Magic Bounce of Veltal can't block it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the players' thought processes are right now. I think they're mostly just trying to stay alive with all these hazards on the field. Illusio really taking advantage of the high PP of Haze. If we're talking about a strictly from a PP stand up here, I think Illusio has the advantage. With this Zygarde having 1,000 waves, it can trap Chansey. But, but if this PP gets low enough, then Chansey can just have more PP than it. And once Zygarde gets low enough, then I think Chansey means that. Chansey plus Greninja here just means that Illusio would totally lose. When Chansey transforms, it always gets 5 PP of every move. So it's very useful against stall matchups like this, especially since it can copy opponents' recovery moves and heal for itself. Ah, here it is. Bullshit bringing it out, finally. I was wondering when that was going to happen. Looks like they opt to go for 1,000 waves. They're switching out here. They don't want to get trapped themselves. After all, they do have less PP than Steelix, and so would be forced to struggle eventually. So it looks like Chansey just came in here, took 25% for nothing, huh? Out comes Zygarde. Strength Sap proving to be very good for Bullshit here. After all, it heals them back to full almost every time. And so it saves them a lot more PP than just using Recover. It's going to be quite low when it comes back in, though. Out comes Muck. Are they going to defog? next turn, maybe? If they defog, then they can get Greninja in and start, wrecking havoc. Nope, they're clicking knock off. Does bullshit want hazards up for some reason? They're nice to chip things, but your own Greninja is completely locked out until you can get them off. Looks like Muck is going to be forced out here. Bullshit is going to have to go, ooh, probably Audino, right? Yeah, Gyarados was simply too low. Strength Sap, a little more HP. Out comes Muck. Are we going to see a defog now? I don't think it's Bullshit's game plan. Oh, we do see it! There it is. So here's the defog, and now they're going to start using Ash Greninja. Yep, both players wanting to immediately take advantage of the lack of hazards to try to heal up their Pokemon. Or, well, Illusio wants to heal. Bullshit wants to taunt and Photon Geyser everything. There goes the Swampert. Unfortunate. We see Judgment come out. It's resisted over with the burn racking up and with taunt preventing recovery. Yeah, doesn't look like there's much Illusio can do. Judgment is a pretty free move here. Oh, bullshit predicting the Steelix going for Water Shuriken. Only 2 hits, but does do quite a lot. Taunt is pretty nice here, because even if it gets bounced back by a Veltal, Judgment can still KO the Steelix and pressures the Zygarde very nicely. This Photon Geyser. Pitiful damage to Zygarde. It's always so strong. Yep, so it is bounced back. Right, but Judgment still KOs. They were trying to predict a switch from Greninja, I think, and try to heal. Looks like it's not going to work out, though. Looks like Judgment PP is too low in order to take out Yveltal here. Which means Illusio, while they haven't lost yet, is going to need to find a way to win this game with just an Yveltal and a Zygarde, and with no defog. Right, both players getting up all their spikes again. Gyarados going to Strength Sap after this. Oh, or knockoff. They're going to Strength Sap eventually. They have to. Why are they clicking knockoff over and over? You gotta click Strength Sap. You gotta heal up. Yeah, there you go. There goes the parting shot. At this point, I think it's advised to go Chansey and just drain a whole bunch of PP for either for a Veltal or for Zygarde. Both of them have trapping moves, so if you want to use Chansey, you're going to get trapped either way. You might as well use it now to drain a bunch of PP from them. If they decide to switch instead of keeping you trapped, you can just heal up, come back later. It's even better. Yeah, parting shot. Yeah, in my opinion, I do think Chansey would have been there. He does get trapped by 1,000 waves, but hey, you don't really mind. It's 25 PP or more, actually, gone from Zygarde, which means you win faster. I suppose it doesn't matter much. Last move is Destiny Bond. I don't have much to say. Players both just clicking buttons so the game keeps going on. I'll probably speed up this part of the video. Parting shot from Audino into Muckalola. Probably gonna switch right back. Yeah. Wonder if they were trying to bait 1,000 waves there. Yeah. Zygarde is soon getting to the point where Chansey would just be a risk-free switch-in, because when it transforms, it would actually have more PP. We're getting pretty close to that point. In about 10 more turns. Yeah. Overall, I think Bullshit's creative team here, this Mold Breaker knockoff into Shadow Type Zygarde, is what really saved them. Because if Illusio still had Chansey, then, well, I think this match would honestly kind of be going on forever. But even with Chansey, Bullshit's Greninja is taunt, taunt Pixie Plate Judgment Greninja is just like so good into Illusio's team that like I don't know. They have a good matchup regardless. Yeah. Bullshit's team building very on point. And the thing is this type of team works particularly well against like more bulkier, fatter, more stall oriented teams like what Illusio is bringing. I wonder if Bullshit called that Illusio would bring stall. Yeah. Counting up PP here, we have 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 9 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So Chansey is completely free if Bullshit wants to go to it. It will have more PP than Zygarde. Yeah, once this Zygarde is gone, Bullshit can just switch to Muck, defog the spikes, and then just go back to Chansey, make sure spikes don't get up, stall a bunch of PP here, and then just switch back and forth until they win. Should be a pretty guaranteed victory for Bullshit here. Yeah, Bullshit finally taking the Chansey play here. I would have stayed in personally. I mean, again, Chansey getting trapped doesn't matter. It's the whole point of this last section is to stall PP. So getting trapped stalls PP. So it's not like he needs Chansey for anything else. I don't know why he's so afraid of it getting trapped. There's the defog. Yep. Oh, please. 240 turns is not that bad. Especially for Generation 7 Pure Hackmon stall. Oh, this is light. These newcomers don't know about those 1,000-turn games. Yeah. Bullshit. Not really trying to make any fancy plays here, just stalling PP. Spikes go back up. Problem with getting multiple layers is that eventually Muck's going to have more defog PP than you have Spikes PP, so, well, they already do. So it's pretty easy for them to just go Muck on a Veltal and just defog away the hazards. Yeah, looks like Greninja is just being annoying here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Turn limit is not going to be reached. Interesting plays from both sides. Bullshit just like not caring and defogging in front of the Zygarde. Zygarde switching out, probably wanting to preserve its last 1,000 waves PP. If Illusio can, uh, if Illusio can take out the defogger, then nah, they don't have a chance. Yeah, it's pretty much over for them. There's nothing they can really do. This Greninja is almost out of PP, actually. It's soon only gonna have taunt as one photon guy has one judgment, has 7 water shurikens left. Not a lot. Though this Yveltal is out of recovery, so things are definitely gonna end soon. If that Yveltal can't recover, it's just gonna keep getting chipped until it faints. Once Yveltal faints, it's all over. Funny prediction here. Greninja uses its last judgment. It only has Water Shuriken left. Out comes Muck Alola. Last 1,000 waves PP. Going Muck is now completely safe. This Gyarados is probably going to come in here, Strength Sap, be annoying with knockoff. Yeah. This game is pretty much over. No recovery on. If all spikes are up, can just keep on clicking knockoff forever and ever. Zygarde has no PP left. Good game. Both players played well, but I think Bullshit's creative team building here is what really allowed them to. Why they go Muck here? Anyway, I think Bullshit's more creative team building here and their admittedly somewhat lucky matchup really allowed them to take home this victory. Yeah, here we go. Very nice game. Both players played well. A little under 300 turns. Not bad for a stall versus, well, not complete stall, but very bulky matchup. Not as long as one might expect. Yeah. Looks like Bullshit here is going to take home the win. I've already forgotten what team they play for. I've not memorized these. But good game to both players.